Hey guys, in today's video I will keep painting Cobra Mode Duck. I will show you how to paint the face. So if you guys struggle a bit with the textures, I will be painting feathers. But Cobra Mode miniatures are really easy to paint, so it's quite an easy way to learn how to make great textures. If you guys like the content of the channel, please consider subscribing. On this, we just jump to the video. I started with a base coat of P3 Umbral Umber. As seen on the picture, I will do a pattern like those ducks. I'm starting with base coat of Boreal Green from scale 75. I will also only make one side of the head, as the other side will be exactly the same. So just put a nice even base coat and then we will start highlighting it. I will now add Valero Blue Green into my mix and start doing my highlights. Once again, I'm trying to get some kind of texture in my painting, so you will see that I will create lines while I'm painting. I'm not trying to get a perfect blending, I'm trying to reach a pattern. It's also important to leave a lot of dark areas to make the contrast better, because duck feathers are reflective, and if you check reflective surfaces, you will see that you have a lot of very dark areas and a lot of very bright areas. I am now starting to make smaller highlights with pure Valero Blue Green. So you will see that my highlights are always following each other. So if I'm doing an highlight, I will highlight every strand of feather that is just under. I'm now adding Valero Light Flesh into my blue-green to make my final highlights. I tried to keep this highlight quite small and in very specific areas. And I'm still doing those little lines to get the feather look. It's time to repeat the same process for the brown part. Here I am mixing Umbral Umber with English Uniform from Valero. Following my zenithal pattern, I am highlighting the feathers. If you want to keep a very good and clean look, you kind of have to paint them one by one. If you dry brush, you will not get a very clean look. I am now starting my highlight with pure English Uniform. So exactly the same process as the green part. I'm following my zenithal pattern and I'm doing some lines everywhere I want my reflections to be. I'm adding Tenere Yellow from scale 75 into my mix. So I'm very close of doing my final highlights. You will see that I am using a very small amount of paint to do my highlights. It's very fine. I'm trying to build up the texture with every layer. You can also start to have a good look of what the model will look like. When you are building textures like this, you don't want to use too much diluted paints. You want to have your texture in 1 or 2 brush strokes. If you dilute too much, you will just not be able to build them correctly. Here I will add a little bit of ivory into my Tenere Yellow to make my final highlight. So very small, well aligned highlight. That's what will create the reflective look. If you make mistakes like this, you can just go back with your brown and clean the mistakes. So that's what will hand the bottom of the face. I will accelerate the upper part a lot faster so you can see how it's done, but it's the same color, it's exactly the same process. So let's go. The only thing that changed here is the fact that the head is brighter on the top. So I will go a lot more brighter than the bottom part of the face. But if you were looking at the model while it was only primed with zenithal, you would see it quite clearly. This is why I love so much priming my model with zenithal highlighting. You have an idea on where to put your highlights before even getting your paints out. So if you struggle placing lights on your model, just prime it with zenithal highlighting and then take pictures of your model. That will help you while you are painting. We are now done with the brown and we will start the white line on the edge of the colors. So I'm using birch from scale 75 to make my line. I'm not just doing a straight line, I'm doing multiple small lines to keep building my textures. When painting small lines like that, if you're not sure about your dilution or if you have enough paint or not on your brush, use your glove or your thumb to check it before applying it on the model. I will then add a few brush strokes of ivory to finish the highlights. That's what will end this video about painting feather textures. If you want to learn more tricks, please subscribe to the channel and check the suggested video. Thank you, goodbye.